I'm Kgosana. I'm here to present my project proposal titled Assessment of Otse Baratani Hill as Potential Tourist Attraction. Introduction. Botswana is one of the finest tourist destinations in African continent, rich in cultural and historical heritage and abundant wildlife resources that provide opportunity for investment in tourism industry.
Just keep.
Mm, mm. Botswana, Otse and Baratang Hills can be used as ecotourism in Otse village. According to the Ramo and Moss 2005, ecotourism may be defined as responsible travel to natural areas that conserve the environment and improve well-being of local people. It is claimed to help educating the traveler, providing funds for conservation, directly benefiting the economic development and political empowerment of local communities, and fostering respect of different cultural and human rights. Moreover, as the Ram and more content, ecotourism is one of the alternative economic activity and viable strategy to simultaneously make money and conserve resources. As Botswana has spectacular landscape, rich and varied wildlife, and has a host of historical, cultural, and natural historical attractions such as Zodilo Hills and Chapel Hills. In southeast, there is a village called Otse, flanked by Otse Hills, including the country's highest peak, which is 1.49 meter above sea level. The picturesque village of Otse, Manyalano, Madladiepe, and Baratani Hills. Otse has a number of attractions, not the least which are many wonderful climbing and hiking options. Baratani Hill is part of a chain of hills known as Otse Hills, which include the highest peak in the country. Otse Peak and Otse Peak. This one is already been said. Baratani means lovers. A story is told of two young people who long ago were refused permission to marry and committed suicide by leaping off the cliff. The two young lovers fled there. They were forbidden to see each other. Since then, the hill is said to be haunted. The hill is said to contain secret places to be dangerous. Botswana will either point at nor climb it for fear of unnatural death or overtaking them, nor do the Balete want the people to climb it. According to Campbell and May, a soldier climbed the hill and vanished, only his uniform being found by a small cave near the top. He had said his ancestors required a black cow to be slaughtered, but his family apparently declined. In this project, the author aims to answer the following question. What are the interest features for tourism? How many are those features in the hills? On which side of the hills do these features found? Do the tourists visit the hills? If yes, how often do they visit the hills? What type of tourists visit the hills, if there are any tourists visiting the hills? What reason do they mostly visit? What time do they mostly visit the hill? Is it in the afternoon or during the night? Now, statement of the problem. Baratani Hill is well known for its historical uniqueness and there is no much documented about the features found on the hill, except only how it got its name, Baratani or Hill of Lovers. Because of lack of information in the hill. The hill is underutilized as potential tourist destination. Hence, the researcher will map and avail information about the feature found in the hill. This study will help the Department of Tourism and the tourism organization to advertise the hill, and this will also help Otse community to establish community-based natural resources management projects and also benefit the country at large. Objectives. To assess if there is anything of interest for tourism in Otse or Baratani Hills. To investigate if tourists visit Baratani Hills. To investigate what attracts tourists if there's any tourist that goes to the hill. To find out what type of tourists that visit the hills. Are they go there for educational purposes, spiritual, or for just a leisure tourist? To find out the season if of the year, mostly preferred by tourists visiting the hill. Justification. Apart from Tsodilo Hills and Gatsupon Hills that attract tourists, other hills, including Baratani Hills, has a potential to be tourist attraction center. Tourists provides an important method of diversification away from over-reliance on the mining sector. Botswana has rich cultural and historical heritage, abundant resources that provide opportunity for opportunities in the tourism industry. Justification continues. Baratani and Otse Hills have potential of being attractions as per its historical uniqueness. The hills can be benefit to the community by I think this one. Now the description of the study area. Otse is a village in southeast of Botswana. It is located 60 kilometers south of Gaborone. It is close to the border with South Africa. The village is home of Baleti, who are related to those in Ramotswa, Kabani, and Mokobani. The population of Otse is 7,636. There are no major industrial activity taking place in Otse village, despite the developments which can support freight business such as Gaborone-Lobatse road and railway line. The occupation for most residents is agriculture. Baratan or Lentsola Baratan is along Gaborone-Lobatse road west of Otse village. The hill is about 42 kilometers from the capital Gaborone and 20 kilometers from Lobatse. It is the most famous among many of the hills, Otse Hills. It forms part of the chain of Otse Hills hills known as Otse Hills, which include the highest peak in the country. Here's the picture of the hills. Just far there is the Baratani Hills. This one, 1, 2, 3. The third one here is the Otse Peak. One is the highest peak in the country. Literature review. Tsodilo with its numerous rocks is shelters exceptional in Botswana and Kalahari in providing easier access to cultural and material deposits. This provides an important window to recreation of the past settlement culture, subsistence and technology, as well as environmental conditions. The Iron Age at Tsodilo is important universal because it provides unique evidence of the past socio-political structure. Otse or Baratani Hills, by its history, can be used for sustainable tourism development in Otse village. Many scholars of sustainable tourism development contend that sustainable balance must be established among environmental, economic, and socio-cultural dimensions to generate long-term sustainability to tourism development. Methodology. Focus group discussion method will be used using discussion guide questions to aid the researcher, and simple random sampling will be used. There are 5 wards in Otse, and 10 elderly residents of age 60 years and above will be interviewed in each ward. Instruments. A questionnaire will be used to interview the interviews. The researcher will read out the question in a language that they will understood, the language that will be understood by the interviews, and enter the respondent in the questionnaire. The questionnaire will capture the ideas and answer of the respondents. Now here are the tools that are going to be needed during the research. Participatory groundwork, establish lines with stakeholders. This includes discussing with local government as well as meeting with local authority leaders and the community members to elicit their knowledge about Otse or Baratani Hills. Survey questionnaires will be developed to elicit information to answer the research questions derived from the objectives of the study. Sample village. The study mainly focused on households of Otse village. Mostly elderly people above 8 years will be targeted as they have enough history about the hills. Data collection procedure. The person of Otse village will be approached first to seek permission to interview these people, and also local authority will be interviewed. Policy and counselor. The head of Otse wildlife office will also be conducted. Selected interviews will be asked questions from the questionnaire, and the responses will be entered for those who are literate. And for those who are literate, the researcher will complete the questionnaire those who are literate will complete the questionnaire for themselves. An extension of that public literature review will be taken on both established and published sources on the history of Baratani or Otse Hills and its interesting future. Data analysis. Qualitative data purpose through focus group discussion, key format interviews, and field observation will be transcribed, interpreted, and analyzed in the form of description and tables.